Hey everybody, it's me again. Um, Today we're going to talk about Andrea Yates and postpartum psychosis and the warning signs of spiritual sabotage, the system failure, and the manipulation. Happiness and sadness as well. And she was born Andrea Pye Kennedy. Um, that was her birth name. Her father was Andrew Kennedy, and her mother was Juanita Karen Kennedy. And she was married to Russell Rusty Yates, and they were married from 1993 to 2005 when he divorced her when she was in prison. And let's discuss what postpartum depression is. Postpartum psychosis is severe mental illness that affects a person's sense of reality after giving birth. It can cause hallucinations, delusions, paranoia, depression, mania, and thoughts of harming oneself or the baby. It is also a mental health emergency that requires immediate treatment and psychotic care or psychiatric care. Um, Andrea Yates is one of the cases that I thought needed some attention because I think this woman was mentally ill. Not to take away from the actions that she, conducted, but to look at more of what got her there. And in June 20th, 2001, in Houston, they received a 911 call, and that was whenever she had uh, called, and she had killed her children. Um, she said that she thought she was a bad mother, and that the children were disobeying her, being disrespectful to the grandparents, doing silly stuff, their manners disrespectful and non-righteous, and their behavior was out of control. She didn't think she was ill. She thought that, she was just a bad mother. And with our reports that she was a good mother and that she was always there for the children. So let's look at a timeline. If you hear something popping, that's my little mini fridge over here. But let's look at a timeline of kind of her life, a little life story. And June 17th, 1999, she overdoses on triazidone, which is a medication to treat depression. She was admitted to the Methodist Hospital psychiatric unit and was diagnosed with a major depressive disorder. June 21st, 1999, she was admitted to Memorial Springs Shadows Glen psychiatric treatment after she tries to kill herself. Rusty said that, I'm going to call him Rusty, um, said that he walked in and she was sitting in a bathroom with a knife to her neck and she had cuts up her legs and she was just telling him, let her do it, let her do it. She constantly felt that it was her fault that the children were acting up and all this, which children do. None of the things that was described is not what children do anyway. But still, she was admitted to Memorial Springs Shadow in 1999. She is treated as an inpatient and later an outpatient for 2 months and prescribed Hydol. This is a very strong medication that they give her. In spring of 2001, she's admitted to the Duvarex Texas Treatment Network. For treatment, she was prescribed a strong antipsychotic medication, including Hydol. June 4, 2001, psychiatric Mohammed Saeed discontinues Yates' prescription of Hydol. In June 2001, Yates drowns her 5 children one by one in the bathtub in Clearwater Lake, Texas. June 30th, 2001, she's indicted for 2 counts of murder and pleads not guilty by reason of insanity. And February 2002, her trial begins. And let's talk about this a little bit. She was admitted to hospitals, and one of them released her after she talked to a social worker that said that a byway was not certified, but released her saying that as long as she wasn't a harm to her children or to herself, then she could go home. And this is after one of her incidents of killing her, trying to kill herself. and she took the triazidone to because she said that she was sleepy and she wanted to go to sleep. And who takes 40 triazidone trying to go to sleep? That's one thing. But the constant trying to hurt herself, and then one day the mother-in-law had called and said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "Drawing a bath." And she said, "Are you going to take a bath?" And she said, "No, I just thought I might need it later." So that was they think was one of the cases where she was getting ready to drown them then, but went against it and didn't because somebody intervened. And my dissertation is on prevention measures of women who kill their family members. So that's what brought this one to my attention. I knew about Andrea Yates and everything, but at the same time, I still, wanted to dive into it because I think that she was mentally ill. In 2005, they declared her insane, put her in a sane asylum, and that's where she'll spend the rest of her days. But she was admitted to many hospitals. The doctors failed her. Her husband, their religion, didn't want them taking medication. And this wasn't like she was going to a church. This was like they would send videos like once a month or something and send letters and things like that. Um, so it wasn't like she's actually going to a brick and mortar, building or something for religion. And the religion didn't want her taking medication and to have as many children as they wished. I would say as they could, but that's not specified. But Rusty actually wanted another child, and she was scared that she was going to get pregnant again and have another child, and the postpartum psychosis wasn't even treated to begin with. Um, so he wanted her off the medication. 2 months after she was off the medication, he got the phone call from her saying that she had drowned the children. She had drowned the children. It was stated from the oldest to the youngest, but she actually drowned them in different orders. I know that don't matter, but that's just a little tidbit of information. She did drown the youngest one last, with one floating in the bathtub, and she had put him up on the bed, and the police said that when they walked in, a little arm was hanging out of the quilt, and that's how they noticed it. But she, like the treatment center in Texas, that she was prescribed Hydol, she was also prescribed another medication. Of course, I don't have it written down. I did in my other notes, but I don't have those notes. But it started with a C. She was also prescribed, which that medication was very strong. She was also prescribed Wellbutrin and Effexor, and they think that after she stopped taking the Effexor is why she started having the postpartum psychosis again and killed the children. Um, they took her out the back door once the police did arrive because they didn't want to take her past Rusty. Um, then they interrogated her, and she said that she left Mary, which was the youngest baby, 6 months old, in the tub, and it was the last one that she killed. Rusty blamed her, but also took up for her. That was very interesting. Um, it's just amazing that it's like he knew that she was sick, but he didn't want her on medication. So at the same time, he blamed her and was upset with her, and he went and visited her in prison, all this stuff. But he still took up for her, saying he realized that she was, very sick and pretty much insane. Um, she thought she was a bad mother, and they asked her why she would do that, and that's whenever she said, that she was not a good mother, and that's why she murdered the children. And because people are thinking, who could murder 5 children? Who would do that? Um, and said that the reason that they didn't get her for insanity on the first try in court is because they said that she was aware of right and wrong while she was committing the crime. So right now, Andrea Yates sits in a mental facility in Texas, and she will be there until the time that she passes away. I know this is a short video, but I wanted to get one out because it's been a while since I've seen y'all, and y'all see me. And so I just thought that I would get a video out there. Um, I am writing a dissertation, so there probably won't be many videos, and they probably will be short. But this is a kind of a condensed thing on Andrea Yates, a condensed video on Andrea Yates. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later.